welcome back to our Afternoon Express Cook-Along. Now we're deep into our voyage of Italian cuisine for today's Cook-Along, and right now we're going to complete our irresistibly creamy lasagna main. Please do head over to our Afternoon Express website if you would love the details, the ingredients list and the recipe, the methodology of how to put this incredible recipe together.
Yes, girl, you are correct. So we've done everything else that needs to be done to this dish now. I'm adding the tomatoes, I'm adding the tomato paste, and I've tasted it. It's looking, well, it's tasting great. It's definitely looking great as well. So what we're going to do is we need to let this cook down. I like to do it like the Italians do for like at least an hour. Because you want it to be nice and soak up all the liquid and to be nice and soft. But luckily we've made another batch before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this, put it over to the side, and then we're going to start assembling. How are we looking with that sauce? Because we're going to start assembly soon.
Chief sauce.
Sauce is thick enough now because you want it thick, but not too thick. It still needs to be pourable. I think we've added enough cheese now. I know I said earlier you can't put enough cheese. So that will be passing to Tumi for the layers. But before we do that, Alisa, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of that for us.
Stunning. This is essentially what we were talking about earlier. That creaminess that's just going to take our bechamel sauce to that very next step.
Correct.
And don't worry, South Africa, you know how we always also say our hands are clean, sanitized, everything that we use in this kitchen is just hygienic and ready for indulgence.
Yeah.
That is correct, because we're actually making sure that not only are we cooking great food, but we're also still following protocol.
Yes.
Because we are still in lockdown, guys. So there are certain things that we still need to adhere to.
Absolutely. Okay, so Lerato, on your side, it seems like you're almost ready to get involved into this little cook-along in terms of the next step. What do you have for us?
Like right now, I'm just waiting for the meat so that I'm gonna lay down the lasagna sheets and everything. So I think people, they always miss the important part. So they always start with the lasagna sheet, and I think it's important to start with the meat so that it doesn't get sticky on the bottom.
Beautiful. So Tumza, I'm gonna let you get into that.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna move the meat over here, and then you can put the lasagna bowl in the center. So what she's gonna do, she's going to do the layer of the meat, and then I'm gonna do the layer of the bechamel sauce that you're gonna pass on to me. And then we're basically just gonna keep layering our dish like that. And you guys have the cheese for us, which is also very important. You can put it over there.
Is this big enough?
Sure it is. I'm going to make sure I switch it off because we don't want our sauce to burn while we're making this recipe over here.
Cool.
So can I ask you, okay, you're getting it sorted there. So we're layering, like Lerato just said, which is a very important thing. You need to make sure that there's something that holds your lasagna sheet down, because if not, then it's basically going to stick to the bottom. It's going to be hard for it to take out, because as you can see, we're going in raw. And a lot of the thing that people do is that they cook the lasagna sheets. The problem with that is that it then becomes overcooked, because it's still going to cook in the oven, and all you eat is mush. So I like to do it like this because I prefer the texture, but it's completely up to you. I would suggest that if you're going to eat lasagna, make sure it goes in raw.
And I like that. You know, every single thing here, every small step, every big step, it seems like something we can overlook. But at the end of the day, it just makes our life a lot more easier when it comes to enjoying. Correct. So whilst we're just making sure that we've got our layers and the amount right, I'm just going to add some cheese over to you.
Thank you
so that you
so
can put there whilst you get ready. I mean, apelele, I'm ready to go getting into this food.
Eat now. They can actually smell it. I don't know if sorry that the viewers can't smell anything, but it really smells good in this kitchen now, and I can't wait to eat it.
And yourself, I mean, now that we are back, we are level 2, what are you most excited for? And also, it's Heritage Month, you know, let's not forget where we come from little apelele to the man that you are today. Just what do you appreciate the most, not only about September, but the culinary things that have to be incorporated throughout the month?
I mean, talking about the month, since it's heritage food, there's nothing that brings people closer together than food. And then, in this country, we have a lot that we need to explore. And then when it comes to flavors, I think we one of the richest countries, actually, that when it comes to flavor, because everyone eats everything.
Absolutely. And do you know what I also like? I love the fact that in South Africa, it doesn't matter where you go, we all have our different spin on different dishes. So, you know, coming from Durban, I always used to say, I love a bunny chow. I come to Cape Town, what do you guys call it? A Gatsby? It's a Gatsby. It's a bunny chow. And then to take it up a notch, you guys have different ginger flares. What?
Slab chips.
Slab chips. Ikota, ne? Ikota.
And then in Pretoria, they say it's patlo. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, we are all over the place.
We call it sepatlo.
Okay.
It's just sepatlo, kota sepatlo.
Okay, South Africa, you know what I'm going to say. I love this conversation, you know. When we all represent our different corners of the country, it just makes us that much more richer, and it enables us to learn more about each other as well. I know, where are you born and raised when I
was born in Cape Town, actually, in a township called Ulanga.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So that's where Langa is very small, and we know everyone, and we eat everything.
You know everyone, and you eat everything.
Yeah.
That sounds like my kind of place. Now, when you guys think of just, you know, what used to always bring you guys back around the table as umdeni, what's that outstanding meal that's like, that's my mom, that's ugogo, that's my dad?
Gogo, pens namatombolo.
What's the pens number?
Pens is tribe.
Oh, tribe! Amanina! Okay, so amanina and itombolo.
Itombolo amanqina, basically you cook your dumplings in that sauce. So, yeah.
Preach.
That reminds me of my grandmother.
Preach. That sounds delicious, South Africa. I'm also going to just head over to social media and ask you the exact same question. What food just reminds you of home when you're thinking, this is truly, proudly South African? Okay, Dumza, you're well on your way there. You've got your final touches?
Yes. So we just laid it like you saw. We put the sauce, we put the sheets, lasagna sheets, we put the bechamel, we put the cheese. So now all we need to do is put it in there, let it cook for 35 to 40 minutes. All we want now is just to cook the actual lasagna sheet.
Love that.
The cheese is going to melt. One thing I do suggest as well, if you're making lasagna and you've not cooked your lasagna sheets, cover it with foil. Let it go in there, cook, and then once it's like 5 minutes just before, take the foil off.
Wow.
Because you want to brown it. Because if you put it in like this into the oven, it's going to burn the cheese before it even cooks the lasagna sheets.
Wow.
But we're going to do that now. We're going to cover it in foil and let that cook and get ready for the...
Okay. Well, whilst we're getting that ready, let me make sure that the oven is hot and ready to go. I mean, Dumza and Lerato, for yourselves, woo, it is definitely ready to go. You can just pass that over to me. We'll just make sure that we give a quick recap to the people whilst I put this in.
Yes, so what we did on our side, Lerato and I made the ragu part of the lasagna, which was the mince and the pork. We fried it off, put in some onions, garlic, some bay leaves. We got some tomato paste. Like all the recipe details are on Afternoon Express. But yeah, you know, and then we put in some crushed tomatoes, salt, pepper, seasoned it. Beef stock cube, girl. We put everything in the kitchen sink in there.
All of everything still thumbs up there, Lerato. You ready?
Perfect. Everything is good.
Do you have a sweet tooth?
Yeah.
Really?
Guilty.
Guilty. That's hilarious. So I don't have a sweet tooth, South Africa. At Afternoon Express, so I always have to let you know, we've got room for desserts. Me, not so much. But coming up, we're going to show you how to make an indulgent cannoli to top all the sweetness off.
With the creamy decadence of double cream bliss from Clover, yogurt has never been so irresistible.
Made with love by Clover.